I am like sweating. I feel like I need to change my shirt. I'm just like sweating in this thing. It's like chilly outside, but it's like been raining all day in Dallas. And I was like, oh, maybe I should get like cozy for this episode. So it just like, I don't know. But I'm like legit sweating. Do I have a mustache? I got like one little hair. It's probably because I straightened my hair and all that heat's just trapped in there with all my secrets. For everybody not asking for the lip combo, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it out there for my girlies. If you were wondering, this is from this lip liner is Rimmel London. I really like them. It's in the lasting finish exaggerate. It's a lip pencil. It's a lip liner, and it is an epic burgundy. And this is actually Burt's Bees Peony. It's a lip shimmer. Okay. This is my lip combo. All right. Okay. So this is gonna be a juicy one. This is gonna be a juicy one. This is like, I feel like this is gonna get real deep and it's gonna get real juicy real quick. All right. And are we ready, ladies? In 3, 2. Can you see my lonjas? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Single on the Rocks. I'm your host, Lo Castillo, and today we have a very juicy topic. But first, I want to welcome all my subscribers back. If you are new here, welcome, and I hope you stay for the ride. Sing on the Rocks, we talk a lot about modern dating, marriage, dating apps. I mean, just kind of everything in between. It kind of goes, whatever goes. Like, I'm all for it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it all. Today, we are going to get into a really juicy topic, one that I can definitely relate. So Mama Lo is definitely going to come out. I put a poll on my Instagram. If you are not on my Instagram, I don't know how many times I got to keep telling you. For the new people that are just now watching, this is not towards you. But if you're not following me on my socials, go ahead and a link is down below in the description with all my socials. Please follow me. And that way you can stay up to date on any polls, questions, just kind of like my everyday life. And I post a lot of memes, like nonsense memes. So if you're into that, that's what I do. Oh, I need to go get my phone. One moment. Where is my phone? Where's my phone? Hold on. Let me squeeze my little ass in her. All right. Let me get back into the group. Oh, you know what? I wanted to get my pen. Hold on. Again. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I hope you guys liked last week's episode. I got some really good feedback. I have a couple of things in the works for you guys. Some returning fan favorites. I think I want to get some guys on this season. I'm kind of trying to see if is it going to be just like another all-woman season, or am I going to have a mixture of things? I really don't know. Honestly, like I really like these solo episodes. Don't get me wrong. I love my guests. I love having my guests. But I really do like these solo episodes. There's just like not that much pressure to, not that having a conversation is hard. It's just, there's like not that much pressure doing it yourself. You know what I mean? Cause you're like in the comfort of your own home, and I'm able to just like, have these little conversations with my camera. So I am kind of just brainstorming. If you guys have any ideas.
Bruh.
can we start? Oh my God, can we start? Okay, so I'm getting super sidetracked here. And okay, so I wanted to do like a, let me know down in the comments if what was I saying earlier? I don't even remember my fucking, I don't even remember. Comfort of my own home. Da, 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 da. Okay. So yeah, this is what it is. Like this is exactly what I'm saying. Like whenever like you have guests, like it's like I've had plenty of like oopsie daisies. Like I have plenty of fails. You know, audio didn't record. I didn't capture video. Like I am a one woman show. And so like when I have guests, I have a lot of pressure on myself to make sure I capture all of the, make sure everything is going, make sure that's going, make sure, you know, this camera's going, make sure my audio is not fucking turning off randomly. So, and then also while I'm thinking about that, I still have to think about, you know, the questions and being engaging, listening to my, you know, my guests and engaging with them and being able to, you know, hold my own, all while having all of this in the back of my head and still being pretty and funny. So yeah, yeah, yeah. It's all fun. It's all fun. I truly do enjoy doing these solo episodes. Let me know down in the comments if you enjoy them as well. I do want to make a behind the scenes like a vlog, like how I set up. So if you're like interested, if you are someone who has been thinking about starting a podcast or you don't even know where to start, I am thinking about, you know, my setup is a very like, I love my setup because it's so like simplified. It's not like it doesn't have too many like super technical, like I gotta know fucking, you know, Adobe 5000. You know what I mean? I'm able to just plug and play for the most part. I want to be able to share that with you. Let me know down below in the comments if you want to see that video and if it interests you. So yeah, because I definitely want to film that, and I might do that after this since I have everything kind of set up. So we'll see. But I hope you guys are having a great week. Welcome back to my channel. Kind of like a little bit of a chaotic start to this podcast, but that's okay. That is okay. That is the power of editing, baby. That is the power of editing. And yeah, so I wanted to kind of just do a little recap with you guys like I do on every episode. Check in with you guys and really recap on my week. What are my highs? What are my lows? What am I worried about? What am I eating? I mean, I don't know. I'm eating the Tiffany plate still really good. I don't know if I told y'all that. I think I told y'all in the last episode and I cut it out because it was just like irrelevant. So I am, you know, working out, you know, every 4 or 5 days a week I'm working out, and I started the whole Tiffany plate thing. If you have not heard about the Tiffany plate, it's on TikTok. Just go in there, search Tiffany plate. So that is what I've been on for lunch and dinner. And it has been great. I do feel like I am energized a lot more per se. Like I feel like I'm getting all my fruits and veggies. I do feel like I've cut out a lot of gluten, and this has turned into a boring sesh. So let's move it along because nobody wants to fucking know about my gluten. Anyways, so yeah, I put up so earlier today I had asked, I put a poll on my Instagram and I had asked which topic you guys were more interested in me filming today. And I knew this topic was going to get picked. I just knew it. I felt it in my coochie. Like I freaking knew it. You know why? Because I've been a victim. I've been a victim of the toxic the toxicity of a man. And I was like, I freaking know it, but let's see. And I was like, toxic, toxic, toxic. We all here for it. Okay. So, and it wasn't just women, it was men too. And I love when the men participate. Like, y'all, I love y'all. Like, when I sit up here and I talk about you guys, like, it all comes from a place of love. And I hope you understand that it's like, oh, I'm doing this as a learning experience for you guys. Like, I am just trying to put y'all on game, okay? I love it. Welcome. Welcome. So, let's get into why some women are attracted to toxic men. We've all been there. We've all done it. I don't know not one single, well, no, I don't think I know one single soul that's never had a toxic relationship in some form or fashion. And we're going to break down the psychology, the patterns, and the hard truth behind this attraction. My homegirls have been there. Your homegirls have been there. Your homeboys have been there. Toxicity is one of those dopamines. Like it gives somebody the high. Like it just does. It just does. And I always feel like when you're in a toxic relationship, you're just, you're like, he loves me. He really loves me, but in reality, no. And there's different forms of toxicity. And so we'll definitely get into it. It's, we can sit here and laugh about it and giggle. And it is to a certain extent funny and like embarrassing. But it also can be one of those things where it was a life lesson. We want to get deep. Some women have lost their lives to toxic men. Like I said, there's different levels to it. And we will try to touch on every level today and see how far we've come. And hopefully we can, be doused in cleansing ourselves of the toxic men and the toxic women in our lives, whatever, and we can save our children, because that's what it's all about. Let's save the children from the toxicity, okay? The first reason is the thrill of the chase. We'll start here. So the dopamine is a drug. Like I said earlier, dopamine is a hell of a drug. And it takes you on the highs of the highs, the back and the forth, the inconsistent texting, the I miss you at 2 a.m. but ghosting you by noon. That creates a dopamine loop in the brain. So you can have a man who is doing the whole push-pull thing. We talked about this. The back and the forth, want this person to like you so much. And it's like they give you a little bit to keep you along, and then they take it back. It's like taking candy from a baby. So they will breadcrumb you just enough and then be like, no, you're gonna have to wait. Like, you're gonna have to prove yourself, right? And you just love the chase. Sometimes women can really love a chase, and they chase the men. And this is where the men start building up their heads of how they are going to manipulate and play this girl who is really into them. A lot of women mistake emotional instability for intensity. Society has romanticized it by the movies, music. How many times have we heard lyrics and songs that kind of degrading women and all of that? And like, yeah, don't get me wrong. I like the song. Sometimes I even sing them, but that's what it is. It's a toxic song because we can all relate to that toxic moment in our lives that we experienced or maybe are experiencing right that second. So, I mean, there's toxic relationships on TVs. There's toxic relationships in real life that we look up to as far as like actors, celebrities, and now it's like influencers. You got influencers on TikTok who are, showing going on live. You're watching them in real time. And a lot of these young TikTokers or influencers or whatever the fuck, they are not great for each other, and they are both being toxic, or one is being toxic because they are addicted to the money. They're addicted to the views. They're addicted to the fame. I get it. They're young. It's a lot of fucking money they're making at that young age. You know what I mean? Like what real responsibilities do they have? I mean, a lot of them are having kids now, so now they do have real responsibilities. You can experience that from an early on age. The reason number 2, childhood wounds and familiar dysfunction. Like I previously stated, this you can experience chaos early on in your home, you know, and that can just lead to you knowing no different. So if you grew up in a very chaotic, or your parents were toxic, your dad was abusive, or your dad was verbally abusive, or whatever, your mother was, whatever the case may be, that is all you know, right? That is all that you see until you are shown different and told different and taught different. But that is all that you know, and you think that that is how you should be treated if you're a woman. That's how you think you should treat your significant other, how you see how you're raised, you know. That's why they say, like, a lot of kids are, you know, they can only hate because they're shown it or they're taught it. So follow those tendencies and those patterns into your relationship and into your, you know, friend group, and, you know, it just goes on and on and on and on. And it's like a vicious cycle until you understand that it's not okay. Being in a toxic relationship in any shape or form of your life is never okay. A lot of times, women want to be the fixer. We have known to be the fixer. I've known to be the fixer. I have known to be the fixer. I have met a guy that was not the greatest, didn't treat me the greatest, and I wanted to fix him. He was a broken little puppy, and I was like, oh no, come to mama and I'm gonna fix you. Like, mom's gonna take care of you, right? Let mama take care of you. And so that was me trying to fix somebody who didn't want to be fixed, me trying to put band-aids on situations that did not need to have band-aids. They needed to just be spoken about. They needed to be dealt with. You can't be a fixer to somebody and to men who don't want to fix themselves. They just want to feel wanted. And then they're like, I don't want you. But I'll call you if I need you. And there we are right there. Like, no, he's just going through a lot. Or no, he's just like, he didn't have a great relationship with his dad or his mom, or he wasn't loved as a kid. Like, that sounds like a lot of trauma that he needs to go unpack with somebody who's getting paid for that. You are not a therapist. By the way, disclaimer, I am not a therapist either, but what I am is a real bitch that's going to tell you what it is, okay? And this is just based off of my experience and my life experiences and my situations that I've gone through. Let me make this really, really clear. When I talk about situations like this, it's only because I've been in one. If I've never been in a toxic relationship, then I wouldn't speak on something I don't know nothing about. I will never speak on something that I don't know nothing about. Like, if I don't know about polyamory, why am I going to speak on it? I don't know anything about it. I've never done it. I've never been in a relationship. That's why I had somebody who is a coach and who is in one. So why am I going to speak on something that I don't know nothing about? And I don't know why I'm yelling or being aggressive. I have no idea.
Stop it. Get some help.
It's very dangerous to try to be with a fixer, because sometimes if they don't want to, this is where, if they don't want to get help, but they just want you to be at their beck and call, and they want you to think that you're helping them, but they know they're like playing you like a little fucking fiddle, okay? I need you to realize when you need to get out. You need to be able to recognize the signs and the red flags of when you need to get the fuck out. You are not here to be his mama or be his daddy of issues that he's got bulging in there, and he's ready to take it out on you physically, verbally, mentally, okay? I need you to recognize the signs, and this goes for all fucking ages. If you are in a relationship with anybody, you need to recognize the signs when somebody is verbally, mentally, physically hurting you, okay? If they physically hurt you and they're like, that wasn't me, I did it in a heat of rage, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again. Baby, it's gonna happen again. I promise you, it's going to happen again. As somebody who has gone through that, it will happen time and time and time over again. They won't care if you're pregnant. They won't care if you're carrying your kid. They won't care if it's in the middle of a Walmart aisle and you did nothing wrong. They will do it again, over and over and over again, until they feel like they have beat you down so small, and they're like, okay, I think I'm done. Like, that's what it is. And this doesn't even have to be physical. This could be verbal, where they have hit you so fucking low that you feel the way you feel about yourself is like, why am I even here? Why am I even here? Because that is their mission. Because misery loves company. Misery loves company. This is going to get a little dark. I know I didn't mean it for it to get dark, and we'll lighten it up a little bit, but I want to be really clear. Like, I don't want to kind of glaze over this, because this is not a glaze over situation. I need women and girls, young women, to understand the severity of somebody who thinks that they have you wrapped around their pinky, that the type of detriment that you can do to yourself mentally, okay, and put your body through, your nervous system, your kids through. A lot of women stay with toxic men because of children, and I get it. It's hard. Trust me, it's hard. I know. I absolutely know. Especially when you are in a situation that you are scared to leave. Not like you don't want to leave, you're just scared to leave. And that is probably the hardest thing to do, because if you are in a situation where if you don't succeed in your leaving, you will have bigger consequences. So it is best to figure out and see and pay attention to those signs, because a man can talk good than a bitch to you, give you the fucking world, love bomb you. If he is love bombing you, that is probably the first siren should be going off. Like, like they are heated. You see the arrows. You see the arrows. Like, get out. The exits are to your right, to your left, all the way around. Run as fast as you fucking can. Because I'm telling you, no. Because a man can love bomb you, sure, but there's always a catch. There's always a catch to something. No man is ever going to just love bomb you, send you things and not expect something, right? They're going to expect some sort of reciprocation, and whether it be sex, whether it be in a relationship. So it becomes less about a connection and more about validation. So it's proving to yourself that you're worthy enough to be the one who changes him. But listen, you're not a rehab center. You're not a rehab center. We can't go around and trying to fix every freaking man that comes to you with a boo-boo. Okay? We can't do that. We cannot do that. You got to let him grow on his own time. You got to let him figure out, his red flags going on with him, because you can't fix nobody that is not ready to be fixed. And you shouldn't have to fix nobody. You should not have to get into a relationship when they haven't done the work on themselves. You shouldn't have to get into a relationship and help guide him on how to figure it out. Like, I get it if you're in a relationship and you and your man are going through something, that's completely different. Do what's right for you in your relationship. What I'm talking about is a toxic man who love bombs you and then tries to manipulate you, and then still try to go eat his cake and have it too. Only planning dates every other weekend, or he spends all week with you and then next week, no call, no nothing. And it's like, wait, what? What just happened? Like, we just had the best fucking week ever. You gave up the puss. You were throwing it back, girl. And he like, bam, gone. you're following him, he's not posting, or he's posting like little fucking memes, so you don't know what's going on. You're getting crazy. You're like, this man wants me to commit a crime. This man wants me to have like a bail bonds ready. Like, what is happening? This is why women, I say, protect your fucking peace. Like, it's not fucking worth it. Like, who cares? Like, first of all, let's back up just a little bit, okay? Why are we attracting these toxic men? I know. They're always the good-looking ones. They're always the one that just got the baby face, the nice little beard. He's got a nice toned little body. Sometimes not even, like, we don't even really fucking care. But like, he dresses nice. He smells good. He's got like a low fade, like a low taper fade, and we're just like, ugh. Like that guy from Good Girls, get in the car, Elizabeth. Like, oh my God. If you don't get out of here, sir, if you don't get out of here with those freaking vocal cords, like, we're going to have a fucking problem. So I know it's hard. It's hard. You know what I don't get? How women like marry in prison, like they marry random guys in prison. Like they do the whole the pen pal thing, and then they marry guys in prison. Like, I don't know. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, I've had pen pals in jail before. I have. I have. I mean, I knew them. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I knew them. But anyways, yeah, I mean, shit's wild. I get it. They just be like, sometimes, like, those types of toxic men, sometimes they're not all toxic. Sometimes they're all for their women. And I think that's why we keep going back. I feel like that's why we keep going back. Because we're just like, well, not him. Not Papi Chulo. Like, not Manuel. You know, like, that's my boo, you know, and he's gonna get out of cell block C, and we're gonna buy a house, and we're gonna buy some land, and we're gonna get chickens, and we're gonna get a farm, and, you know, we're gonna have barbecues, carne asadas on the weekends, like. And then Manuel gets out, and he's like, who are you? Thanks for sending me my commissary. Like, I think we should just be friends. And you're like, what? I got your name tatted on my teddy. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah. And it's like, what the fuck, Manuel? You know, and it's, you know, and here I am. We're having to comfort our homegirl because she done, you know, had a whole scenario in her head. She done already bought her wedding dress because Papi Chulo over there was talking about, you know, when I get out, I found the Lord, and I am going to, I'm going to marry you, girl. I'm going to freaking marry you. I'm going to ask your dad for her hand in marriage. We're going to have babies. We're going to name them Little Manuel and Manuelita or something like that. And it's like, babe, what? That only happens far in between. I mean, it's not that it's never happened. It just happens far in between, because once those motherfuckers get out, once they get out and they taste that free air, girl, that phone you got him, that phone you got him because you're like, I'm gonna set my baby up. He hasn't committed to me. Well, you probably did. You know what? As a toxic man, he probably did. He committed to you. You know what I mean? And he's like, you know, when we do Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's gonna be us. It's gonna be me and little Manuel and little Manuelita. You know what I mean? They don't have kids yet, but that's what they would be named. And they're like, we're gonna spend Christmas and Thanksgiving together and all of that. And then as soon as they get out, and you get them a phone, you get them some new threads, and then he's like, I'm gonna go hit up with the homeboys. I'm gonna go check the homeboys out, and da-da-da-da, you know. And then he's at the strip club with the homeboys because they want to celebrate him getting out. And you're like, you know what? I'm gonna let him do him. Like, hasn't been out. He hasn't been out. I'm gonna let him have some fun, and then you know, maybe you put a tracker on his phone. Maybe you got an app, because you know they don't know no apps. You know they get out and they don't know no apps. You know what I mean? And they're just like, they barely even know how to work the phone. And, you know, maybe you put a tracker on there, and then you see that he's at the strip club, and you're like, what? What? Not my baby that just got out 12 hours ago. I took him to the buffet. I took him to go get new clothes. And this motherfucker got in the shower, got dressed, and went and bounced with his homeboys. And now he's at the strip club. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're upset. You're waiting up. He comes home blackout drunk. And you're like, where have you been? Where have you been, Manuel? And he's like, and I was out with the boys. And then he sweet talks you. He loves on you. And you think, oh, they just showed him a good time. Meanwhile, old boy was all up on old girl. Maybe he invited old girl to the strip club. Maybe he got some girls' numbers at the strip club. And this is where it starts. And you're like, that's my man. Then you end up having kids with him. And then you have kids with him, but you keep forgiving him because you love him and you're with him and you're his ride or fucking die. You're his ride or fucking die. And why are we attracted to that? Why are we attracted to people stealing our light? Why are we attracted to the false hope of somebody who can't even do for themselves? Why are we attracted to that? Why, as women who we know better, right? Most of us know better. Sometimes if you grow up in a very chaotic household, or you were never taught like how to respect yourself, it could take a little longer for you to figure out your value. And that's no shade to you at all. You know what I mean? Everybody is in their journey. Everybody is in their life. They figure it out when they're ready to figure it out, meaning when you're ready to open your eyes and really be done with the bullshit. That's when you see. That's when you see everything. You really do have to change your mindset. And it's hard when you have only thought that way. But as a woman, you will grow as you get older, right? At 20s, in my 20s, I was a pretty, not a broken girl, but like I just didn't know. Like I was so naive. I let guys play with my fucking head all the fucking time because I just didn't know any better. I didn't have like experience, and I was never really told how a guy should like, I mean, I don't know. I really don't know how to pinpoint like where it all went wrong. I don't know. I was just down with it. You know what I mean? And I didn't learn to respect myself because I don't think I surrounded myself with a group of girls that did the same. So how they were, treating themselves, I was kind of mirroring that. And that's no fault to themselves. It's just, I was just young and dumb. And I feel like I let a lot of people, be ugly to me and be mean to me. And I was just always, I didn't really care for confrontation. I was just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, if they wanted it, they could get it. But I was just never really, I didn't care for confrontation. I thought it was really stupid. And I don't know. But so I can relate in that. I can definitely relate in that. But you have to really find yourself and really do the work when it comes to these men that you're dating. Or you have to be able, it's hard to see the red flags when somebody is so charming. And that's not to say to go out there and be like, every guy sucks, every guy is gonna lie to you. But every guy might, especially like in the beginning. I think you should always just follow your intuition. As women, we are blessed with that. And we are able to just feel the energies when somebody comes in our presence, and we're able to decipher if we're in a safe space. And I think that if you're in a sober, if you're in a very calm setting, you're able to think clearly as a woman. But I do think that we should not be settling for a man who makes us feel good in the moment, that makes us feel like shit then in the next 30 seconds. And then for him to just be like, I'm sorry, I'll do better or whatever, or just apologizes. And you're just like, okay, because you're scared of losing him. Why? Why? Who cares? There's plenty of them. Why do you care about this one? Who makes you cry? Who takes the glow out of your skin? Who just dims your light? Who tells you, who rather you invest in their time and doesn't give a fuck about yours? And I hope that you see that early on versus later on in life. Because that was me. I didn't see that until later on in my life. Probably in my 30s. In my early 30s, when I just like turned 30s, when I really started to like be like, I don't feel good about this. Like, this actually hurts my feelings a lot. And I don't know why I'm just shoving my feelings under the rug to just be like, let's get through the day. You know what I mean? And I just feel like that is the most detrimental thing that you can do to yourself, is neglect how you feel. You shouldn't neglect how you feel. Men don't. If they're upset and they're hungry, they're going to tell you. They're going to give you attitude. They're going to be like, when is dinner going to be ready? Because they're hungry, right? They're emotional. They get attitudes and shit like that. But we're not allowed to have them. Make it make sense. The ride or die fantasy. A lot of women are like, I am ride or die for my man. I am ride or die for my man. And I don't give a fuck if he's cheating on me. I don't give a fuck if, he's out in the middle of the night, blah, 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 blah. Like, she gives a fuck. She gives a fuck, right? Because she's getting upset. She's blowing up his phone. Where are you? Blah, blah, blah. But she doesn't give a fuck because she is going to stay with this man. And I just think that, when you're ready to leave that, you will. If that's what you enjoy, if that's the type of shit that you thrive on. Some people do. Some people thrive on that shit. Like, it's crazy. Some people love the fucking chaos. Some people can't be without it. It's just like some people live like they grew up in a house full of people. Like, that's how they want to stay. I'm trying to film. Girl. Can you just chill? Stop trying to beat up Sasha. She ain't doing shit to you. You have to pick and choose your ride or dice. Your best friends are your ride or dice because they're usually the ones that are going to come bail you out. They're usually the ones that are like talking you off the ledge. Those are your ride or dice. For a man, he better be if you're saying he's your ride or die, it's because y'all are both equally important in the relationship, okay? He is treating you like a little fucking queen. He is, fucking whispering in your ear that he would never do you dirty because he knows that you would come back and haunt him. Okay, your ride or die doesn't give you fucking eating disorder. Okay, your ride or die man shouldn't be fucking giving you fucking panic attacks and fucking up your nervous system and making you depressed. Okay, stop going back to these toxic men. So I told y'all a little bit about mine. Let me know if you have been a victim of toxic men. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. Is it something that maybe you're in a situation right now with it? So let me know down below in the comments if you've ever been a victim of a toxic relationship, situationship. I feel like we all have in one point in our lives. But again, toxic relationships do not just span in relationships. But with that being said, I do want to close out this episode with, if you are in a toxic relationship that you are truly trying to get out, please reach out to somebody in your community. And I'll leave some resources down below that I've done before, and I'll leave them linked down below, because trust me, you will be okay. Okay, if you are in an abusive, toxic relationship, you will be okay. And I promise you, just reach out and get help. And there's always somebody that cares for you, and you are definitely needed in this world. All right, guys, that is my episode. That is all I really have to say on toxic men. Let me know down in the comments, have you ever been in a toxic relationship? How long did you stay, and why did you stay? Why did you keep going back? Why did you keep coming back? Don't go back. This is 2025. We're not doing that. We're not doing that no more. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Until next time, bye.